Okay, the event is over. I'm with Reverend Matthew Hollaway, who was one of the speakers. Reverend, a powerful event here in Fitchburg.
Yes, it was. And I thank you all for allowing me to be here to share my expertise on opium and heroin addiction. As a former addict, I feel that it's powerful that we are able to come out into the community and speak and tell of our experience and tell that there is hope and there are people in the community that care.
Now, as a former addict, what is the, obviously an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. What is the main thing that you would like to see in order to try and stop young people particularly from starting addiction? What's the first thing that you think we need?
First thing I would say is that we need to go to the schools. We need to get back to the old program that used to be our public service announcement, down with dope, up with hope, and just say no. Those programs were essential in the community when we just said no. Now we don't have those programs around, and a lot of the resources that we used to have to go into the youth, we have no longer.
Now again, you mentioned that that you conquered your own addiction. What was the thing that made the difference for you personally?
I was incarcerated, and I lost both of my parents. And when I got out of incarceration, I said, how would I be able to overcome the traps and falls that I was previously in? And what happened was I found my way through education and religion. I felt as though the more that I got educated, the better off I was.
And finally, as a reverend, obviously in the Gospels it talks about how often do you should I forgive my brother? 7 times, no, not 7 times, 70 times 7. In the Lord's Prayer, which you prayed, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. How should a Christian community deal with and look at people who are dealing with addiction and that type of thing? What's the proper Christian approach?
Prayer. We need to pray. We need to come together collectively as a community and as all the religious organizations in the community. Religious organizations don't come together enough to help one another focus on the point of addiction. Everything is everybody's own agenda. We need to come together as a community, as a family, as a unit, regardless of what denomination you are, and come together and say, we're going to pray for this and we're going to put forth the best foot forward.
And if people want to find out more about this or about your own church that you're a reverend of, where can they find your church?
Well, I do an outpatient service at 59 Walnut Street here in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. I'm there on Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 2, and it's a free counseling service. So it's outpatient, and I do referrals for anybody. So if anybody would like to come and see me, no questions asked, everything is confidential, and I'd be glad to help you.
Reverend, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir.